my name is Suzanne Muir, and I'm a partner at CATO. For the last 11 years, I have led Women at CATO in Canada, and this year was asked to be part of the Global Women at CATO team, a topic I am very passionate about. I'd like to introduce to you today Lori Cortina, Assistant Vice President of Digital Transformation at Sun Life. Lori has been a huge advocate for women in her tenured career at Sun Life and has been a supporter of International Women's Day over the years. Thank you so much for joining us, Lori.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Suzanne. I'm very happy to be here.
Great. While we celebrate International Women's Day and the theme of Choose to Challenge on March 8th, and while women are making great strides, I believe there is still more that we need to do to create a gender-inclusive workplace, not only for us, but for our future generations. I also believe that we are privileged as senior leaders to be able to share with women the insights that we have gleaned and the trails that we have blazed in previous years. So I also think that with the pandemic, there is more being put on women, and more so now do we need to support them. So with that, Lori, what does Choose to Challenge mean to you on a personal level?
Thanks for the question, Suzanne. I appreciate again being here. I grew up in the industry of information technology. I went to school in engineering. I know what challenges are the few women that are in our industry. So the women that are there, we want to continue to support them, make sure that they feel they have everything they need to balance work and life at the same time. So to me, Choose to Challenge is really about making sure we speak up for gender equality. For the past few years now, we've been working at bringing very diverse teams together through our agile and digital transformation. We see the value that diverse teams brings to our organization by better representing our very diverse client base. So when we do apply or when we do look for applicants, and I always notice there aren't enough female applicants out there. So I always challenge and I ask them to wait and poke and get more applicants, because I know there's few of them, but the ones that are there, very often they don't apply because they don't feel they have all the qualifications. So let's pause and make sure that we get all the right applicants in order to get a better selection.
I couldn't agree more. And what we found at CATO is by having, a female-focused recruitment team, having females be part of the interviewing process, it does attract more women. Yeah. Certainly with the campus recruitment that we do, we've found that to be very successful. But you're right, we have to take the pause and we have to ensure that we provide an opportunity for the right candidate, not just take the first one that's available to us.
That's right, exactly.
How do you feel, Sun Life chooses to challenge? And how do you encourage that at Sun Life?
So I'm very, very fortunate, Suzanne, to be working at Sun Life. We have a really deep commitment for gender equality. I can give you a few examples of Sun Life's commitment. We signed on to the CATO's to Core 2022 and the 30% Club, both which pledged to increase female representation to 30% or higher at the board and executive levels. In 2020, we saw our goal increase for women representation at the VP level from 40% to 50%, which we currently have at 35% right now. So we do see that commitment. But passionate to me is really about getting those young females into the STEM program. So we also sponsor Girls Learning Code Day, which is, of course, teaching girls ages 9 to 12 about coding and hopefully inspire them to get into the STEM field. There's also Sun Life was in 2019, I think it was, they were part of a consortium of other insurers to lead women in insurance in STEM. So this is also another program that helps co-op students in the STEM undergraduate programs have work terms at Toronto-based insurance programs. So these are two wonderful examples already that Sun Life is committed to gender equality. And, I couldn't be prouder of the work that we've done so far and our commitments going forward.
That's amazing to hear. And it's, it's quite diverse in all the different things that you're doing to support women, right from, girls who code all the way up to the board level. So That's a phenomenal achievement, and something that we definitely need to hear more from. So why do you think it's important? Like, we've talked a lot about what you think personally about what Sun Life does, but on the broader context, what do you think is the most important part about a gender equal workplace?
Well, it's so important because, as much as we've seen great leaders around the globe, female leaders leading countries, and there's, when I look at my daughter who went through computer science, 20 years later, after I went to school, there was still only a handful of women in those computer science and STEM programs. So I still think there is work to do at a younger age, and somehow attract females. This is a great job. I love my career. I highly recommend it. And yet I don't see enough women going into the programs. So I think it's important for us to keep mentoring and at all ages. Again, women don't always apply to programs and to opportunities unless they're 100% qualified, while their male counterparts apply if they're 50% qualified. So we do need to nudge, we do need to support, mentor, and be sponsors for women when they're not in the room. So I do think it's important as females we support each other. Young career women now with young children have to teach their kids at home as well as do work. I don't know how they're doing it. So anything we can do to lend a hand, I think would be awesome for us to do as female supporters as well.
Yeah,
so act as a talent scout and speak up for inclusivity.
I couldn't agree more. And again, I think it's what we all do together to help support women in their career development, as they, have a family, trying to create more work-life balance, and just being able to celebrate their successes. I think when we all, put up our hand to support each other, it's noted, and people have the confidence, and women have that voice that some traditionally they wouldn't have had. Right. So right. When they know there's that support there for them to be able to, lean in or, put in an opportunity that may be out of their comfort zone, it just gives them the confidence level that there is a team of people behind them supporting their achievements.
Absolutely, definitely.
Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us. I hope everyone enjoyed the conversation as much as I. I think that, the theme this year of Choose to Challenge is about choice. So if we all choose to help support one woman, one person at the firm, then we will achieve more together. So with that, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you again, Suzanne, for having me.